The church was silent, heavy with grief, the kind of silence that presses down on the heart and makes every breath feel like a burden. Mourners sat in rows, their heads bowed, tears slipping quietly down their faces as the coffin stood at the center. The scent of lilies and candles lingered in the air, mixing with the weight of sorrow. But amidst this stillness, a sound shattered the calm, barking. Loud, insistent, desperate barking that echoed off the wooden walls. At first, people shifted uncomfortably, annoyed at the interruption. A few whispered harshly to one another, "Whose dog is that? Can't they take it outside?" But then they realized, it wasn't just any dog. It was Max, the loyal golden retriever who had belonged to the deceased. His fur was slightly damp from the rain outside, his eyes wide and frantic as he pawed at the coffin. The widow, Clara, trembled as she reached out, calling softly, "Max, stop it, please, stop." But Max wouldn't stop. He growled low, then barked again, his body tense, tail stiff. He pressed his head against the coffin as if trying to break it open, whining in a way that pierced every heart in the room. And in that moment, no one knew, no one could have imagined, that what seemed like an act of grief from a loyal dog was the beginning of a miracle no one thought possible. Clara had been married to Daniel for 15 years. Their life together was not perfect, but it was full of love, laughter, and the kind of simple joys that people often take for granted. Daniel was known in their small town as a kind-hearted man, always the first to lend a hand to anyone in need. He had been strong and healthy, until the accident. A sudden, devastating car crash had taken him, or so everyone believed. The doctors had declared him gone after hours of attempts. Clara remembered the sterile smell of the hospital, the way her world collapsed the moment she heard the words, "I'm so sorry." In those hours, her mind refused to accept it, but eventually she broke. She returned home with Max, who lay by the door for 2 nights straight, waiting for Daniel's return. When the funeral was arranged, Max had refused to leave the coffin's side. Now, in the middle of the funeral service, Max's barking grew louder, more frantic. His claws scraped against the polished wood. People tried to pull him away, but he snarled, a sound that shocked everyone, because Max had never growled in his life. Clara's heart raced as she whispered through tears, "What are you trying to tell us, Max?" The pastor tried to calm the crowd, but unease rippled through the mourners. Finally, one of Daniel's closest friends, Mark, stepped forward. He had always trusted animals' instincts, and something in Max's behavior stirred a thought he couldn't shake. He spoke hesitantly, what if Max senses something we don't?" People scoffed, whispering that grief made him irrational. But Clara clung to the idea like a drowning woman to a lifeline. With trembling